Let's look at this statement, I equals 5. In the middle is an operator, in this case, the assignment operator, a single equal sign. Next to the operator are its operands, the value or values on which it operates. There are many operators in JavaScript and indeed in any programming language. This will not be an exhaustive tour of operators. We will review the basic usage for the most common ones. We'll start with the operators you already know and love, arithmetic operators. Okay, I want you to open your JavaScript console and follow along with me. Always remember that the best way to learn to code is to do it yourself. Even if you're just typing in what I'm telling you to type, it will help you so much more than just watching this video. Try just a few simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division operations using just literal numbers. Experiment with them and see what you get and if it's what you expect. What happens if you try to multiply a string with a string? This value, nan, means not a number. It's a special value to let you know when you have a value that should be a number but isn't for some reason. Like maybe you did something crazy like try to multiply two strings together. You'll see the same result, nan, from trying to subtract or divide two strings. But wait, here's an exception. The addition operator can have two strings as operands. And when it does, it becomes the string concatenation operator rather than the addition operator. I'd like you to pause this video in a moment and try testing a couple things out in the developer console for yourself. First, what happens if you try to add a string and a number? Second, what happens if you try arithmetic operators on the Boolean variables true and false? I'm not going to tell you, try it for yourself. Okay, we've covered the first 4 arithmetic operators. What about these last 2? This one is called the increment operator. It only takes a single operand with no spaces. The operand must be a variable that contains a number, and it will increment its value by 1. This operator is called, you guessed it, the decrement operator. It decrements the value of a numeric variable by 1. One important thing to know about these 2 operators is that they can be used prefix or postfix. Let me show you what I mean. Let me initialize the variable to a number. If I use the increment operator on this variable prefix, you'll see that it increments the value, then returns it. If I check the value of x now, it should show 2, which it does. If I use the increment operator on this variable postfix, you see that it immediately returns the value before incrementation, then it increments it. So if I check the value of x afterward, it will show that it's increased by 1. The same goes with the decrement operator. If I use the prefix, it will decrement it, then return the number after decrementing it. If I use the postfix, it will return the value of the number before it's decremented, then decrement it. So always remember that when you use the increment or decrement operators, whether you use it prefix or postfix can make a big difference. As long as we've got this variable x, let me show you something with it. The increment and decrement operators actually change the value of their operand. However, the other arithmetic operators do not. They simply return the value from the operation, but they do not actually change their operands. For example, type x plus 3. This returns the value of x plus 3, but now if you check the value of x, you'll see that it still holds the same value as before. If you want to actually change the value of x without using the increment or decrement operators, then you need to use an assignment operator. You've seen the simple assignment operator, the single equal sign, many times. It takes 2 operands, the left and right operand. The left operand must be a variable, since it has to be able to be set. You wouldn't say 2 equals 4, for example. And it assigns the value of the right operand to the left operand. So if I type x equals 5, now x actually contains 5. And if I type x equals x plus 3, now the JavaScript engine gets the value of the right operand, x plus 3, which is 8, then it assigns that number to the value of the left operand. So now if I check the value of x, it should be 8. You can use the simple assignment operator with other data types, not just numbers. JavaScript is what's called loosely typed. That means that I can take a variable that's storing one data type, like a number, then reassign that same variable to store a different data type, like a string, or a Boolean, or any other data type. Some other languages are strongly typed, and you can't just easily switch the data type of a variable like that. These 4 operators combine the assignment operators with the arithmetic operators. They each take 2 operands. The left operand must be a variable. They will each perform the arithmetic operator first, then they assign the value of that operation to the left operand. So for example, before we did x equals x plus 3, if we use this addition assignment operator, then we can write the same code like this, x plus equals 3. That adds x and 3 together, then assigns the result to x. Try them for yourself in the console. What does x times equals 3 do? What about x minus equals 2? What happens if you try x plus equals a string? That's it for our review of arithmetic and assignment operators.